All right, guys, we're going to be reacting to 10 weird foods Germans actually eat. Let's jump in.
I just got back from grocery shopping in Germany, and if you've ever lived here or visited here, you may know that Germans eat some things that Americans find interesting, strange, weird, whatever, or simply unpalatable. And today I wanted to show you some of those foods that I actually really like and that may be an acquired taste, but if you are ever in Germany, you might want to try them out.
I like her channel. Man, it's been a minute.
The first thing is something that I do remember from my childhood, and that is zwieback. And what is zwieback? Basically, it is a very light white sandwich bread that is sliced, and then the slices are dried. So it's a little bit like the Italian biscotti. And when I, as a kid, was sick, this was actually given as sort of like a reconvalescent food, something that was easy on the stomach, easy to digest, and something that, looking at the picture here in front with the child, is really for children. People eat it with a little butter on it or just dry. It's actually really dry. It has a faint sweet taste, but it really doesn't taste like much. So there is a bunch of recipes that you can use zwieback with, and zwieback really means baked twice, which is what this is. Whoa. Fail on camera. It really tastes like you take white sandwich bread, slice it, and toast it until it's crunchy. So it has a bit of a sweet taste, very faint, not like a cake type of sweetness. And it's super light.
Yeah, it's true. Those, I know what she's talking about. Those are very dry. You have to eat those with kind of shredded ham, melted cheese or soup.
Airy, and you could probably put some jam on it or something like that, but a lot of people just eat it like this. Sticking with the childhood theme, the next thing is ovo maltine. Ovo maltine is a cocoa drink powder, and what this really is it's 51% barley malt and then cocoa powder and sugar and some other ingredients. I don't know if the recipe has changed over the years, but I remember having this as a child in the mornings for breakfast, and it was supposed to be a very nutritious, energy-giving drink, probably because of the barley malt, and they say it's a very classic thing. So that is something that I do remember from my childhood, and that is very specific in Germany and that I haven't seen anywhere else on this planet. Okay, so here's my ovo maltine malted drink. Well, first of all, I'm jolted back into my childhood, and it is more malty than chocolatey, but it also depends on how much actually you use. So this one is not very
10% gratis.
It's,
what?
Pretty diluted. But if you'd like it sweeter and a little bit more pronounced, you add a little bit more powder.
That is not, we have very similar things like this. Like powdered chocolate, instant chocolate kind of thing. But not that healthy. They're very high in sugar.
To it, but what I like about it is that it's not overly sweet. Sticking with the drinks, Brottrunk basically means bread drink, and that is what it is. My guess is this originated somewhere in Eastern Europe, and essentially it is sourdough bread, dried, and you pour water over it and let it ferment, and that it has a slightly
oh man, she's even explaining it's kind of weird. Oh my god.
That is a probiotic, so because it's fermented. And I'm going to try to actually make this myself. As I was looking at it, I was thinking that's a great idea. If you have any leftover homemade really good sourdough bread, it would probably be really simple to make this at home. Like I said, it's very healthy, it's very low calorie, check back on this channel because I will
Why would
try
you do it?
to come up with a recipe for this.
But why would you do something like that? Like, oh man, that sounds
See if you can make it at home.
awful. Let's see her reaction.
It's a slightly sour taste, almost
Ooh,
like
yeah.
sauerkraut juice, but not as acidic as sauerkraut juice, but very refreshing and healthy tasting, but I like it.
Healthy tasting. What does that mean? Healthy tasting. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Maybe this isn't so weird, but the idea of having curry ketchup, this is actually a Gewürz ketchup with curry taste, is somewhat foreign for most Americans.
Oh yeah, this is not.
This is something Gewürz ketchup, curry ketchup, how we say it in German. And that is something that you either have with your barbecue, you can have it over steaks or some other meats, but most of the time you find this over currywurst, basically a curry sausage. So it's a sausage with a bratwurst, and then you pour this over it and you have it with French fries. Very traditional German food. Next up, we have Heringssalat, which is basically a herring salad. This is a pickled herring in a dressing with red beets and cream, and then depending on the
my
recipe,
stomach's a little funky right now. Yeah, some of these combinations are making my stomach kind of bubbling.
Pieces in it. You might find some egg. There's a lot of recipes how you can make this at home. We would have it for New Year's Eve. And you can have this for breakfast on your bread for a hearty breakfast. Some people eat it for supper, or I don't know how else you would eat it, but this is something that I find actually really delicious, but it may be somewhat foreign to most American palates. It has good acidity from the vinegar. It has a bit of a fish taste, and it has a slight earthy sweetness from the red beets. And for me, lots of childhood memories, but so good. You can eat it without bread. You can just eat it with maybe some frankfurters or wieners, some sausages. You could eat it with some hard-boiled eggs and or with potatoes. So.
I guess he's liking that. I don't know, man.
This doesn't really say what it is, but it is either called Handkäse or Harzer Käse, and it is a cheese product that either means hand cheese, and that refers to the fact that it is formed with hands and it's actually made from Quark. I do have a recipe on my channel how you can make Quark at home, and Quark is another specific.
What is that? Gratis?
Authentic German fresh.
So why so many like Spanish words in a lot of these products? That's kind of odd.
Soft cheese, and you make this from that, and I would assume that this actually started as something of the leftover. What else can we make with something that we already have instead of wasting ingredients? And this one is with caraway seeds. So that's something where a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, no caraway for me. And some people love caraway. And oftentimes it is either just sliced on bread, just like any other regular cheese, or people also eat it Handkäse mit Musik, which means essentially a vinaigrette with onions in it, raw onions in it, and you sprinkle it over it and eat that with it. Oftentimes another acquired taste, and there's probably even a lot of Germans who would not even go near this. It is a cheese. It's very low in fat because it's Quark based, that soft German fresh cheese. It's very mild.
Dang, she really chewing that, huh?
I don't think there's anything that compares to this with anything that you can get in the US, so you'd have to try it. But it is a cheese. It has a cheese consistency, and it's really good. I mean, what can I say?
What can we say?
Griebenschmalz. I am not exactly sure what grieben is, but it is essentially if you make lard, if you render lard, you get the lard, and then you have these little pieces in it, and that is what is in this. People love it on bread, and I actually have to say it is super delicious. You take a rye-based bread, something a little hearty, and you spread the schmaltz, the Griebenschmaltz on it, and just a little bit of salt. Some people like some pickles on it. Some people actually like this in a variety that has stewed apples, like little apple pieces in it, which I don't really care for so much, but this is a very simple, easy, hearty, and essentially really healthy if you get it from a good source, from healthy pigs. It's actually a very healthy food.
What the hell is that? Pig? She said from pig?
Not much to say. Just imagine you put lard on a slice of bread. I personally think it's really good with like a rye bread or a dark sourdough bread. I don't think it would be pretty good on like a white bread or like a white sandwich bread. But I actually think that these little bits of pieces in there add some crunch and just a little bit of interesting texture.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's a very good little snack.
I mean, Germans love their bread.
You feel like
Germans love their bread.
Next up, I have Sülze, and Sülze is really something very interesting. Again, a lot of Germans don't care for that either. And what it really is different types of meats or even vegetables or pickled cucumbers in gelatin that has hardened. You can slice it, you can put pieces on your bread, and
we saw this one before.
And I guess that was another way to.
So that's the fat, or I forgot where was that fat from, where they just freeze it and then they put it with ham and stuff, and they create some kind of jelly kind of texture.
Make the most of the food that you already had. I personally really like it, and I'm glad to have found it and to eat it. Here we have Blutwurst, and when I looked up what Blutwurst really is, it means blood sausage. And it is supposed to be one of the oldest, if not the oldest, type of sausage. It is a cooked sausage, but because it has a high percentage, somewhere between 20 and 40, depending on where you get it, of pig, pork blood in it, which makes it really dark.
We eat that in Puerto Rico, by the way. We eat that in Puerto Rico.
Red, and
we call it morcilla. We call it morcilla. It tastes good.
Old Greek, they had a blood.
But we cook it. You guys slice it. We cook it.
Sausage that is sliceable even when it's cold. And again, some people just don't like the idea at all, but it can be, depending on the sources where you get it, it can actually be pretty healthy food to eat. Tastes like really good cold cut. It has a deep, almost chocolatey flavor. I wouldn't say that you can taste blood or anything.
It doesn't taste like blood.
It's good. It has it's interesting to describe taste, but almost like a brown taste. I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it's really good. It's very dense. It's definitely more in the direction of a salami. Now we have Metwurst. And this is also something that freaks out a lot of Americans.
That last one, I can eat that one.
Because essentially it is raw meat, and it can be pork, and it can be beef, and it can be a mixture, and you just put it on bread. And a lot of people like to slice onions very thinly and put them on top, a little salt and pepper, and I think it's perfect. It's essentially the same idea as the Italian carpaccio, which is also a raw beef. So why not eat raw pork? And obviously this is something that's very perishable and you want to eat within a few days of opening. It does taste like raw beef or pork, but with a little salt and pepper and a slice of onion. So good. Then I have Vitam, which is the German equivalent to Marmite. I personally like it a lot better than Marmite. I think that Marmite has a very intense flavor. So this is yeast-based, nutritional yeast-based. It's very high in B vitamins, and a little bit goes a long way. I like to eat it on a slice of fresh bread with some butter and on it, and it's almost like a seasoning rather than just really something that you spread on it, even though it is a spread. I would really use it very sparingly as a seasoning. Let me know if you have any questions about any of these
No,
ingredients.
she didn't try the last one. Why?
Use it very sparingly as a seasoning. Let me know if you have any.
Okay, she didn't ask the last one. Why? She probably got
Intense flavor. So this is.
She probably said like, I don't think so. I don't think I can do this one. I don't think. Yeah, this one looks kind of. I don't know. Some of them are good. Someone, for example, the one that is kind of jelly with ham and fat frozen. I don't think. I don't know about that one. Some of them like the raw meat in a piece of bread, that's very good. The pork blood sausage, that's very good as well. The cracker, that dry cracker, we have those in United States. They're pretty common. They're pretty common. You can literally just go right now to Walmart and get a big package of those. And usually people eat it with butter and cream cheese as well, and soup also. But some of them, like the creamy white thing, like some of them are like that kind of pink texture one. Like, what's the other one? Like, right? I don't know about that one. The bread fermentation stuff. Man, I don't know. Man, that looks bitter. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you next one.